Have you ever planned to do something important, but somehow ended up doing something easier instead? You sit down to work, but within minutes, your brain starts looking for an escape. Maybe you check your phone. Maybe you open social media. Maybe you suddenly feel the urge to clean your room or watch just one more video. It almost feels like your brain is trying to avoid effort. But the truth is, your brain is not lazy. Your brain is simply following a system that was designed to save energy and avoid unnecessary effort. In this video, we will explore why your brain avoids hard work, the neuroscience behind mental effort, and how understanding this system can help you overcome procrastination. Your brain is designed to save energy. Although your brain only makes up about 2% of your body weight, it consumes roughly 20% of your body's energy. Thinking, planning, and solving problems require significant mental resources. Because energy was extremely valuable during human evolution, the brain developed mechanisms to conserve it whenever possible. Whenever your brain sees a task that requires heavy thinking or sustained effort, it automatically asks a simple question: is this worth the energy? If the answer is uncertain, the brain may push you towards easier activities that require less effort. This energy-saving system once helped humans survive in environments where food and resources were limited. But in modern life, it often appears as procrastination. The brain prefers easy rewards. Another reason your brain avoids hard work is related to the dopamine reward system. Dopamine motivates behavior by signaling rewards. Activities that deliver quick pleasure, like checking notifications, watching videos, or eating sugary foods, trigger fast dopamine responses. Hard work, on the other hand, usually provides delayed rewards. Studying for an exam, learning a skill, or building a long-term project may take days, months, or even years before the reward appears. Because the reward is delayed, the brain feels less immediate motivation. This creates a powerful bias towards activities that provide instant gratification. Mental effort feels like discomfort. When you begin a difficult task, the prefrontal cortex becomes highly active. This region is responsible for planning, concentration, and self-control. But activating the prefrontal cortex requires mental energy. As a result, difficult thinking can feel mentally uncomfortable. Your brain interprets this discomfort as a signal that something requires effort, and naturally, it tries to reduce that discomfort by shifting attention to something easier. This is why starting a difficult task often feels like the hardest part. Once you begin and your brain adapts to the effort, the discomfort usually decreases. The role of uncertainty. Your brain also dislikes tasks with uncertain outcomes. If the brain is unsure whether the effort will lead to success, motivation drops. For example, starting a new project, learning a difficult skill, or working towards a long-term goal. In these situations, the brain cannot clearly predict the reward. Without a clear reward signal, the brain may avoid the task altogether. This uncertainty increases hesitation and procrastination. How habits can override avoidance. Interestingly, the brain often solves the problem of effort by building habits. When a behavior becomes habitual, it requires much less conscious energy. Instead of constantly deciding whether to act, the brain runs the behavior automatically. This process involves brain structures like the basal ganglia. That is why people who build strong routines appear disciplined. In reality, their brain has simply automated the behavior. Training your brain to do hard work. The good news is, your brain can adapt. Because of neuroplasticity, repeated behaviors gradually reshape the brain's pathways. Several strategies help overcome the brain's resistance to effort. Breaking large tasks into smaller steps makes them feel less overwhelming. Starting with short periods of focused work reduces mental resistance. Removing distractions prevents the brain from constantly seeking easier rewards. And consistent routines gradually transform difficult tasks into familiar habits. Over time, the brain learns that effort leads to meaningful rewards.
To summarize, your brain avoids hard work not because you are lazy, but because it evolved to conserve energy and seek efficient rewards. Systems involving dopamine, the prefrontal cortex, and habit circuits all influence how your brain responds to effort. In a modern world filled with instant rewards and distractions, this system can easily lead to procrastination. But once you understand how your brain works, you can design habits and environments that make productive behavior easier. Because the real goal is not forcing your brain to work harder. The real goal is training your brain to make effort feel natural. Subscribe for more videos about psychology, neuroscience, and the hidden science of the human mind.